that as we are having this conversation, that you do your very best that by the time this 1 hour will elapse, you have something to go back with. Because the other option you might have is you spend 1 hour here and you get nothing. You spend 1 hour here and you sleep a little, tell jokes a little, and some of us, we come to realize that it's not even just this 1 hour. It's like for 4 years you'll be in school, and after 4 years, well, you go back home and you're not proud of the results you're having. This thing is working. Is it working? No. Oh, ouch. All right. Now, as I was saying, so for most of us, we come to realize that we waste a lot of time thinking that maybe being lazy is an easy way out. For those who are joining us, for the following, thinking that laziness is the way out. It's easier. Thinking that if I just sleep along, if I just tell stories along, if I'm just, not working hard, things are going to be easy for me. Well, at the end of the day, 24 hours is 24 hours. Whether you're working super hard or you're not working super hard, it's 24 hours a day. So our responsibility right now is to make sure we get the very best out of this session. Our responsibility is to make sure we get the very best out of this school. Now that being said, where are the candidates? I can start with you guys. Can I see the candidates by a show of hands? Oh, nice. You guys are amazing. And congratulations for coming this far. You see, I only have one thing to get started with for the candidates. Last year, third term, you might have noticed, if you are keen enough, that thank you. You might have noticed, if you are keen enough, that the candidates then were anxious, stressed out, pressed of time. Like when it gets to September, like the candidates, they don't have time. They are asking for revision materials here and there. They are going for those group discussions. Sometimes they even want to extend and go to bed a little late. They want to wake up a little early. You might have noticed, right? Yeah, it usually happens. But unfortunately, it only usually happens during that time. Because it's at that point that people start to realize they don't have time. You see, the problem we have as students, even as human beings, the problems we have all stem from this mindset that sometimes we think we have time. Whether you talk about procrastination, whether you talk about the things we do that we're not supposed to do, at the end of the day, our problem, maybe even as a candidate right now, your problem is you think you have time. Some of us are not waking up as early as we should. By that I know you are woken up. Maybe I say this, there is this story that has been fed to us when we were young about the hare and the tortoise. You know the story? Yeah, about that race that they were supposed to go on. You see, this day, for whatever reason, the tortoise thought he's faster than the hare. So they go for a race. And then, it's like, on your marks, get set, and then, bang! And then when it hit go, even before the tortoise could blink, the hare was like, fall, just like as fast as he could. But then after a while, the hare was like, wait a minute, why am I hurrying? Why am I in a rush? Who am I competing with, by the way? That guy was not even made 5 steps by now. I know he's still And so the hare is like, I can jog a little. I don't need to run fast. In fact, I'm here that let me jog a little. He jogs for a while and then he goes, why am I even jogging, by the way? I can walk and still defeat this guy. Let me just walk. He's like, wait. The distance I've covered so far, in fact, I think even if I take a nap here for some 30 minutes, I'll still be good. And then as it happens with sleep, when you're not supposed to sleep, huwa ina slap. It comes out, So a 20-minute sleep turned out to, a couple of hours sleep. And when he woke up, he realized, oh, whoa, wait a minute. And so he picks up the race, just like some of us usually want to pick up the race with all intensity in third term. He does everything. He gives his heart out, like he runs his personal best. But then when he's making the last lap, he realizes, oh, the tortoise is just crossing the finish line. You see, the problem for the hare was not that he was not fast. No, the problem was he thought he had time. The problem with most of us right now listening to this, especially candidates who are supposed to prepare for exams, is we think we have time. And so the assignments we are given, sometimes we don't take them seriously. In fact, sometimes we even copy them because we think we have time. If it's not exam time, prep time, tunapiga story hapa na pale kama kuna mwalimu because we think we have time. And so even when we're going for holidays, I know we will be closing and going for holidays to have a good time, right? Yeah. And you see the problem with students and holidays is every single time holidays come up, we keep telling ourselves, Aki holiday, naenda kusoma. This one. You're like, kuna ile topic sikuelewa, I'm going to work so hard, there's so many assignments tunapewa, all that, kuna diagrams sikuchora, kuna notes sikucopy, but hii holiday. And then the holiday comes, you go home, and day one, you meet your phone. You meet your phone, and you forget about every other thing you had promised yourself. At the end of the day, you come back here, and the truth is, some of us did assignments. Because we think we have time. But then now, our conversation today is just to enlighten someone that maybe the time you think you have, it really doesn't exist. Whether you're in Form 2 or Form 3 or Form 4, it doesn't exist. So, ile kazi unafikiria you'll do, the work you would put if you knew KCSE was like 1 week away, you should put in that work every single day. Now, what's your target for this year, the candidates? 6.5. Wow, amazing. Now that leads me to share with you something I think you guys would. You have a motto for that? Motto yenyu ni gani? Your slogan? All right. Nice. I would ask you to. Yes. I would ask you to do this with me. How do you pronounce the name of your school, by the way? Pronunciation. Kadzonzo. All right. Okay. Now, when I say Moi Girls Kadzonzo, you will say breaking the ceiling. Si unaweza ongeza volume tafadhali, Sawa. When I say breaking the ceiling, you will say Operation 6.5. Operation 6.5. Are you ready? Yes. Moi Girls Kadzonzo. Breaking the ceiling. Breaking the ceiling. Operation 6.5. Operation 6.5. 6.5. Now, here's why that is important. You see, for our academic pursuits and endeavors, as we are seated here right now, even if you're in Form 2, this is a mindset you should have for our academics. That in some way, shape, or form, there is a level you have never reached, and you need to do something to break that ceiling. Unajua maana ya to break the ceiling? We know the meaning of breaking the ceiling? And so as we are seated here, there are a couple of things we understand. Number one is maybe there is someone as an individual hajawahi ona top 10 tangu aingie shule. True or true? There is someone like that. Sindio? Breaking the ceiling is you going for something that you have never accomplished before. Maybe last year, our previous candidates hawakufikisha 6.5. Sindio? Yeah. Breaking the ceiling inamaanisha whatever thing they did not achieve, whatever thing they could not accomplish, it is our time to do it. And I would say, just because it has never been done does not mean it cannot be done. Hello? Hello? Just because it has never been done does not mean it cannot be done. I think a couple of years ago, there is this young Kenyan who was, loved world over. Alikuwa anaitwa Okieti, alikuwa anaitwa. Hiyo ina make kama ameshakufa. Anaitwa Eliud Kipchoge. Anaitwa? In 2019, Eliud Kipchoge was trying to do something that had never been done before. He was trying to run a marathon in under 2 hours. Okay? The whole world was excited because it had never been done before. But Eliud Kipchoge did it. Even when Barack Obama was running for presidency in America, people were excited. Why? Because it had never been done before. But Barack Obama did it. And so there's someone who's seated here, ako form 4 ama ako form 3, lakini tangu atoke form 1, hajawahi ona 70% kwa exam ya chemistry. True or true? Now, breaking the ceiling means you go for that one thing that you've never achieved before. Maybe even as a school, results za KCSE zikitoka, kuna shule ingine fulani huwa inatushinda over and over and over again. Breaking the ceiling inamaanisha we prepare ourselves to do our very best that when our time comes, we do that which those before us had never done. Tunaelewana hadi hapo? If for the last 1 year you've never seen an A plane or an A minor or a B plus in your report card, breaking the ceiling is you getting to that point where A plane, A minus or B plus is what you get because you get into a different zone. So for this year, whether you're in Form 2 or Form 3 or Form 4, you need to start understanding it is possible for me to break that ceiling. It is possible for me to come out of this comfort zone and be like, yes, I know I've never been top 3. Never. Breaking the ceiling means me aspiring for that top position. Yes, we know maybe for a long time we've never taken everyone to university. Sindio? Yeah. Breaking the ceiling inamaanisha, now when it is our turn to do it, well, we make sure everyone goes to university. That is breaking the ceiling. So how do we do that? Well, let us talk about, there are a couple of mindsets that will help us get there. What level of mindset will you need to adopt to make sure you get a grade that you've never had before? To make sure you get a position you've never had before? To make sure you be the kind of student you've never been before? Let us talk about success principles. Success principles. Success principles. Success principles. Number 1, I am the only problem that I have. I am the only problem that I have, and I am the solution. I am the only problem that I have, and I am the solution. Now, we want to break the ceiling. It means something is holding you back. Something is holding you back from the progress, from the success, from the achievements you really want, and maybe that you really crave for. But deep down, we need to have this understanding that at the end of the day, if you are not getting the grades you want to get, you need to start believing
I am the only problem I have, and I am the solution. In fact, just watch this, all right? Assume you get a good grade, an amazing, like you do so well in these exams that you are currently doing, and I ask you, what happened? Why did you perform so well? What will you say? I studied, senior. Eh. As a student, when you perform so well, and someone asks you, how did you achieve this? 10 times out of 10, you will say, I studied. You will say, I revised. You will say, I worked hard. But when you don't get that grade that you really like, and someone asks you, what happened? Why did you fail? 9 times out of 10, you will say, mwalimu aliset penya kufunza. You will be like, mwalimu hakumark vizuri. So most of us, when you are doing so well, we take the credit. But when we are not doing so well, we don't take the responsibility. But now, if you want to change that, if you want to get to the next level, you need to start believing, I am the only problem that I have, and I am the solution. Now, I am not ignorant as such. You see, I understand that we all have problems. We have so many problems, by the way. Some of us are orphans here. Some of us have huge PRFs. Some of us don't even have revision books. They are seated here. We have so many problems back home or even here in school. And yes. Your issues, they affect your performance. But here's something else that I also know for a fact. I know that there is nothing new under the sun. All right? I also know that every problem I have, there is someone else who has had that problem and was still successful. There is someone who's an orphan, just the way you are an orphan, depending on bursaries, and they were still successful. There is someone else who's had a huge PRS. In fact, ameenda kufanya KCSE kama bado ako na PRS like crazy. But he or she was still successful. In fact, out there are people who have had health issues. There are people who have been teenage parents. There are people who have had the problems you have in life right now. But the funny thing is, they were still successful. There are people who come from the same similar background like yours, whether rich or poor. So for me, it is understanding that if someone comes from a similar situation like mine and they can make it, if I don't make it, I am the only problem that I have. So the bad news is, I am the only problem. Why would I say that? I can say that because if I'm not doing well, my negative attitude is the only problem. The negative friends I keep around me, that is the only problem. I can hear some people, having conversations back there. Well, again, that is the only problem. You see, at the end of the day, all of us, we have some level of opportunity. But some of us, we get super successful with those opportunities, but some don't. As a student, when you look at that performance and you don't like it, the first thing you need to tell yourself is, I am the only problem that I have. The good news is, I am the solution. In fact, before I get into that, there is this proverb that I'd like to share with you. There is this proverb that says, a lizard from Africa will not transform into a crocodile taken to America. Why? Because a lizard is a lizard. It's in its DNA. That is how it is made. So take it to Zimbabwe, to China, to India, to Germany. A lizard is a lizard. And even as human beings, we have something called mental DNA, like how we think, like our attitudes, like our habits. That is who we are, our character. And so, even as you're seated here, as a student, you need to understand you have some sort of mental DNA with you. There are people who would be like, if I was in a different school, a bigger school, I'll perform well. No. Because again, you can walk into any of these biggest schools, you will see someone who went there with an amazing grade but is not performing well. Why? Because a lizard is a lizard. You may give them all the revision books they need, but in laziness is laziness. It is in them. You may take them to the big schools and pay all the school fees up front, but making noise is making noise. It is in them. You may do everything for them, bring for them a tutor, but then at the end of the day, I am the only problem that I have and I am their solution. So yes, the question is, are you going to solve your problems? The negative friends, it is me who decided to be with them. The negative attitude, it is me who has decided to embrace it. The sleeping in class, copying assignments, telling stories, it is me. So at the end of the day, when in fact, you see, results are just a reflection of who I am. Results are a reflection of my habits. They are a reflection of my study skills. They are a reflection of my attitude. When I am disciplined, when I manage time, it will reflect in the results I get. So at the end of the day, if I don't like the results, I need to work on me. I am the only problem and I am the solution. Let's go to number 2 in the interest of time. Oh, now before I get to the second success principle, allow me to ask this, and the answer to my question is not all of us. So don't be like all of us. No, don't. You just raise your hand. Now, how many of us would like to go to heaven? How many of us would like to go to heaven? Nilijua tu kuna mtu atasema all of us. Just raise your hand. I want to see. Even God wants to know. At least even God wants to know. How many of us want to go to heaven? Nice. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Your hands down. Thank you. Now a follow-up question. How many of us would like to die? Even death is watching, eh? Nice. Now, here is the universal truth. The universal truth is that everyone wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. Okay, we know we will die, but it's equal, yeah. Which is the foundation for principle number 2. And we will say, everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants to be successful until it is time to put in the work. Everyone wants to be successful until it is time to put in the work. Everyone. Again, if you walk into any institution in this country and ask how many of us would like to go to university, everyone would, have their hands up. When you ask, well, which among us would want to be doctors? Lawyers, engineers and stuff. Everyone wants to be successful. Until you ask them, okay, I know you want to be successful, but we are going for holidays. How many of us would be waking up early in the morning for their dawns? Their hands will go down. We want to be pilots, we want to be engineers. And then you'll be like, okay, so last week, how many of us went for consultations for physics or chemistry? The people who say they want to be successful, they will put their hands down. Everyone wants to be successful until you ask the question, are we really putting in the work? You see, we all have dreams, and that is what I want to get us started with in this segment. that just because you want to be successful, it does not make you special. There is a girl in Garissa, there is a girl in Turkana, there is a girl in Migori, there is a girl in Homa Bay, or Kiambu, or Nyeri, or Samburu. There is a girl somewhere in this country who has the same dreams like you. They want to be successful, they want to lift their families out of poverty, they want to build their parents' house, they want to make their parents proud. They want the same things you want in life. There is someone else who also wants those things. It does not make you special, unfortunately. I know you want to be top of this school when you finally do KCSE. You are not the only one who's looking for that position. You want to go to university, you're not the only one who's aspiring for that. Whatever things you want out of life, there is also someone else who wants the same thing, exactly the same. So at the end of the day, as life will have it, some people achieve that success and some people don't. Why? Because there are those of us who will want to be successful, but when it comes to putting in the work, they are nowhere to be seen. There are those of us who will really want to be successful, but when it comes to waking up early, they will be nowhere to be seen. There are those of us who want to be successful, when it comes to consultations, it's not going to happen. They are not going for consultations. So yes, everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants to break that ceiling. Everyone wants to get to top 10, top 3, be the top student. It would be nice when KCSE is out and you are on television, on the magazines, we listen to you over radio. People want that. But the question is, do you also want to put in the work? The revision that brings that success. The study that brings that success. Everyone can want the spotlight. It's a question of when no one is looking, when we are over for holidays, when some of us will be watching Netflix and dancing, and watching TikTok all day long, would you be putting in the work or would you be distracted? Again, everyone wants to be successful until it's time to put in the work. So if you have a dream, you have a goal, you have a target for yourself this year, just ask yourself, while my competitors are studying, what am I doing? My competitors somewhere, they are busy revising, they are busy going for group discussions. Yeah, the people you're competing with, they'll be home for holidays and they won't be watching TikTok because their parents are kind of strict. They'll be having a tutor or something over Zoom, revising stuff. Those are the people you're competing with. And some of us, we know for a fact that when we go home for holidays, we go to bed at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. But then at the end of not because we were studying, but because But then when we wake up in the morning, we will convince ourselves we want to be successful. Everyone wants to be successful until it's time to put in the work. Now let us roll to number 3. In fact, this is going to be the most significant part of this conversation. So if you are not listening, listen up. If you are listening, listen keenly. If you are listening keenly, listen very keenly. If you are listening very keenly, listen very so much keenly. Now, number 3. Everyone wants to be... number 3. There are things you have to give up. There are things you have to give up to go up. There are things you have to give up to go up. As a student, as a human being, as an individual, there are things you have to give up to go up. This just means there are things you have to let go of if you want to move forward. There are things you have to let go of if you want to progress. In fact, the best analogy for this would be a vehicle, a car. You know, in a car, there are two main pedals. There are two main. Which one and which one? Brake pedal, thank you, and brake. So brake unakanyaga pale chini, si ndio? Hapo kando yake unakanyaga nini? There is a brake pedal and then there is the accelerator. Thank you. So in a vehicle, all vehicles, you will find there is a brake and there is an accelerator. Kuna magari ziko na clutch na kuna zingine hazina. But all of them ziko na brake na ziko na accelerator. Now listen up keenly. When you step on an accelerator, what happens? The vehicle moves forward, the speed increases. See you? When you step on the accelerator, gari inasonga mbele. Question 2. When you step on the brake, what happens? The vehicle, if it was on a high speed, it slows down. If it was, just slow, it stops. Now the last question, very interesting one. What happens when you step on both the accelerator and the brake? Umezikanyaga zote. What happens? What happens, someone? Naona mtu anafanya hivi. So now, listen up. When you step on both the accelerator and the brake, the vehicle will still stop. But itasimama. So the accelerator moves it forward, the brake stops it, but when you step on both, the vehicle will still stop. Now, we are coming to that. Now, at the end of the day, here's what we need to realize as students. That here, when it pertains to our studies, there are two very important things to know. Number one, academic accelerators. We have things called academic accelerators. And then we have things called academic brakes. And then we have academic brakes. And so, as a student, when you step on academic accelerators, you will find that performance in Songa Mbele, you are doing well, your grade improves, either position in class, it's getting better. Why? Because you've stepped on academic accelerators. So academic accelerators, these are things we can do, it's a mindset we can have that will help us improve, that will help us, become better students. Things like positive attitude, academic accelerator. Discipline, academic accelerator. Going for consultations, that is academic accelerator. Asking questions in class or answering questions in class is on your academic accelerator. So as a student, you can decide at any time to step on the academic accelerators. Tulisema ukikanyaga accelerator, unasonga mbele. So when you step on academic accelerators, when you decide, nice, now I want to start going for consultations. Now I want to start managing my time well. Now I want to develop positive attitude. Anytime you step on academic accelerators, you will see your performance improving. Yeah. Because it's an accelerator. But then on the flip side, we have academic brakes. Now when you step on academic brakes, you need to come a negative attitude. Academic brakes now is like negative friends. Academic brakes, that's sleeping in class. Alright? Those are academic brakes. Academic brakes, ni kenda nyumbani, it can be movies, it can be social media, it can be, what else? Mm. Clubbing, hizo ni academic breaks. Here in school, still making noise, iko hapo academic break. So at the end of the day, there is a student here who will be asking the teachers, I've been working so hard, I've been revising, I've been asking questions in class, I've been consulting, I've been doing all these things we are told to do, I am doing them. But then, my performance, bado, I improve. What is the problem? Some of us, tunaambiwa academic accelerators ni kitu kama consultations, group discussion, revision. And we're doing all that. But then, tunaona performance bado I improve. Sometimes you are the one asking questions in class, but performance bado I improve. Maybe someone here is worried about that. You are revising more than other people. Lakini exam ikikuja, those other people who are not revising, they are performing better than you. The problem is you are stepping on academic accelerators and you are stepping on academic brakes. Tulisema ukikanyaga accelerator na ukanyage brakes, bado utakuwa umesimama. So we are here and your problem is maybe you are stepping on an academic accelerator here. Maybe you are doing the right stuff. You are revising. You are asking questions. You are going for group discussions. Umekanyaga accelerator. We are seeing you busy every single day. You are supposed to move forward. The way you are busy, you are supposed to be improving. But you are not improving because even though you are doing all these things, bado kuna academic break umekanyaga. Ni gani? Relationship iko hapo. Na mbona hiyo relationship imekuuma? Nice. Tutarudi hapo. We have to come to that conversation. So some of us, we are putting so much effort in class, don't get anything. We don't retain any content. Why? Because at the end of the day, we study, but then our minds are still home with the issues we have at home, tunazifikiria all day, all night. Some of us, we are seated here, you are trying, umekanyaga accelerator, lakini shida ni, bado umekanyaga negative attitude. Bado uko hapa na distractions. You still have negative friends. Mnajua negative friends? Hello? Do you know those negative friends I'm talking about? In fact, I will talk about 3 academic breaks to be precise. Number 1 would be the negative friends. Number 2 would be social media, movies and all that stuff. And then number 3 will be the relationship that got someone excited here, First off, let us talk about the negative friends. You see, at the end of the day, here's what I believe, all right? I believe, can I have a volunteer? Can I have a volunteer coming up? The reason why I volunteer is, yeye anajitolea sasa. Come with your chair. Now, as she's coming, let us talk about those negative friends that each class here, kuna tu mtu kama huyu. Those kinds that anakupata unasoma shopi, daktari. Those kind of people, sindio? Hello? Tunajua hao watu, sindio? The academic break, that negative friend, it's you who has decided to be close to them. And so their negative attitude will someday become your negative attitude. One day, they say, bad company corrupts good morals. Why is it not that good morals will uplift bad company? Maybe we try. What's your name? Joyce, maybe Kuja tusimame. Simama hapa. Kuja na kiti yako. Songeze hii hapa. Songeze hii hapa. Nice. Leta kiti yako hapa. Now, Joyce and I, we are good friends in that class.
Oh yes.
Now, Joyce, simama tu. Now, would you step on top of your chair? Nice. Now, if you have eyes, you might notice we are not at the same level. Senior? Yeah. And as we are having this conversation, I just want to make it clear. I'm not talking about grades. I'm talking about mindset. I'm talking about mindset. I'm talking about attitude. So when I say we're not on the same level, I'm talking about her mindset and my mindset. I'm talking about her goals and my goals. That is what I'm talking about. So now, we are friends in that class. And ukiona tu vizuri, mimi I am the negative one, negative attitude tupu. Yani mwalimu akema anaingia ni zile za na mwalimu si alishafunza sasa kuja kufanya nini tena, you know. Mwalimu Martha amekuja kufunza, you know, jioni tena, you're like huyu mwalimu anadhani math peke yake ndio subject yote anafanya, you know. Yeah, some of us are here. Now look at this. As long as we are friends, somehow we are attached to each other, so you can hold my hand. But now, hey, silence. Now, I would ask you to just try and lift me up. Nishike tu na hiyo mkono and try and lift me up. Yeah. Now, just assuming she wants me to get to the same level that she's at, okay? She will try to lift me up, senior. Na atatumia nguvu mingi. Oftentimes, it does not work out. Unaelewana? Yes. It will not work out. But my negative, you know, I try to pull her down, But then, okay, nishike hii mkono ingine, sio? Yeah, nikishika huku, how hard was that compared to her pulling me up? That was super easy, sio? At the end of the day, you who is positive, you who has goals, you who has ambitions and dreams, the longer you are holding on to that friend who is negative, who at home they have everything, you know, they are not, watu hawajali sana, you know, okay, they wanajali but si sana. Some of us, you know, they're like, maybe nikimaliza hapa, I got plan A, B, and C. The longer we are sticking closer to these people, unapata wewe ndio grades zako zinashuka chini. Because as they say, if an eagle, si unajua eagle iko hapa juu. Maybe you can go back. If an eagle wants to hang out with the chicken, it is the eagle that has to come down. Unapatana hadi hapo. The chicken will not fly to the sky. The eagle will have to come down. And so, allow me to say this. Don't be, quote unquote, deputy Jesus. Don't try to be deputy. Don't try to save everyone. Some of us are like, we are just friends because I'm trying to help her develop positive. Really? It is you with your goals and dreams that will be negatively influenced. Don't try to save anyone who does not want to be saved. Kama mtu ajui mbona ako shule, it is not your responsibility. Your responsibility ni amekuja kukuuliza swali, wewe muelezee venye inafanya. The longer you are holding on to that negative friend, the more your grades are going to slip. The more your attitude is going to slip. The more you will start. One time utajipata hausomi, unapiga story just because the person close to you is doing the same. And one last thing, considering this is a huge school, senior, I know for a fact that you guys did not come from around here. So you guys did not, all study from the same primary school hapa hivi karibu. So just the same way, hamkukuwa mnajuana while coming here in Form 1. One time when we all sit KCSE and we are out of this place, kila mtu ataenda kwao, and we will just be viewing each other's lives through WhatsApp, Facebook, and all that stuff. Anyone who is super close to you right now, maybe haukumjua before you joined Form 1. Na ukitoka Form 4, pia kila mtu ataenda zake. Don't let someone who is temporary in your life lead you into making negative permanent decisions. Don't let someone who is temporary in your life lead you into making negative permanent decisions. When you decide to have that negative attitude and the results slip, that result will be permanent. When you decide now you don't want to study and now you want to tell stories, the results that will come from that storytelling will be permanent. The friend will go. You will part ways. But the results will be permanent. Again, just remember, I'm not talking about grades here. I'm talking about people with different mindsets and attitudes. Thank you. Tunaweza mpigia makofi. So that is about friends. That is about negative friends. At the end of the day, save yourself from negative people. Now, the second thing is social media and movies, because we are going home for the holidays. We are going home for the holidays? Mnafunga lini? Now, silence. Now, as an individual, I love movies to some extent. I love. And in 2023, there were amazing movies to watch. Like movies zilikuwa fiti in 2023. And then 2023 ikaisha, and then 2024 ikaingia. Okay. Kuna ingine? Ama niendelee tunayo. And then 2024 ikaingia, and now ndio sasa wakatoa movies kali. Alright, imerudi somehow. Now,
kindly 1 minute ili utumie hii kwa sababu hii ni nzuri kuliko hii nyingine.
Let us maintain silence.
And now we get to 2024. And now movies za 2024 sasa ndio ni kali, like they were amazing. 2024 comes to an end, and then we get to 2025, and I tell you, sasa zenye zinatolewa saizi, next level. You see, now I come to the realization, wait a minute. If I thought that 2023 zilikuwa kali, then I get to the next year and they're even getting better. So even when you watch sahi, when next year comes, the ones that will be there next year will be way, way better than what we have right now. The same goes to music. Because some of us love music so much. You see, a while ago, I don't remember which year it was, some of us here danced to some beat, Kwangwaru or something, you know. Kulikuwa na Kwangwaru and it took like everywhere, sindio? Kila pahali there was that hit. And then last year tukaingia last year, and then Setit, siliwa Setit, naanguka nayo, sindio? And some of us waka dance mapanga, you know, wherever places you go out. Now, this year kutakuwa na ngoma ingine tamu. Next year kutakuwa na ngoma ingine tamu. But the problem with us is the movies, the music, the social media, the soap operas that will always be there is distracting us from the education that is only one-time opportunity. Our view status. Some of us, social media is going to make us, fall from grace. The phones that we have that sometimes we tell ourselves is for our, academics, is for revision. Come on, what are you revising that some of you usually like for real? At the end of the day, everyone misses out on something. At the end of the day, everyone misses out on something. The successful people will miss out on the entertainment right now. They will miss out on the music right now. They will miss out on the social media right now. Intentionally, they will miss out because they are focusing on something bigger. Those who will not be successful, they will focus on the entertainment right now. They will focus on social media right now. They will watch TikTok videos because they don't want to miss out on that. They will watch YouTube videos of all the channels they have subscribed to. They will want all the entertainment right now. But then when that happens, they will miss out on their dreams. They will miss out on their goals. They will miss out on the success they could have had. So we all have to make a decision on what we want to miss out on. Some of us, we miss out on the sleep. Hiyo usingizi watu wanaenjoy tu hapa na pale. Because you are working towards something bigger. But some of us, we enjoy that sleep, and then that something bigger, we will miss out on it, and we don't get it. So the person who's going to get an A, or an A minor, or a B plus, sometimes they are going to miss out on the memes that are trending right now. Sometimes they are going to miss out on what's trending on social media or on TikTok. Why? They miss out on this one because there is something else they are looking forward to. And it's okay to miss out. It's okay to be the one who does not have amazing stories to tell right now because you are working towards something bigger. The phone you have, it will give you access to so many things. So many things. And then, it will also deny you from so many things. So, as we will be leaving for home, maybe you keep asking yourself this question. What will I miss out on? Maybe you will miss out on some funny thing going on around that next year no one will remember. Some of these memes, they last like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 1 month tops, but zimeisha. Because it's not that funny long term. But we stick around, we want to view all of it, we want to enjoy all of it, but then when we do that, we will miss out on the success we could have achieved. Some of us, unfortunately, right now, tumekuwa TikTokers. How many of us are TikTokers here? And it will just say it. I know you don't want to listen to me saying that. Just say it. It will. Now, silence for a moment. I tell you why I know that is a fact. Silence for a moment. Yeah, you will talk to your friend later on. I know for a fact that it will end because, number one, as I said before, there is nothing new under the sun. You see, the relationship you are in right now, last year there were some students who were also in a relationship. The year before that, there were students in relationship. 2015, 2013, 205, the year you were born, 201, 1999, 96, whatever. There is nothing new under the sun. People have been in relationships in high school, but as sure as the sun rises to the east, it will end. Now, I know some of us are like, oh, it will know, this is the love of my life. Oh, till death do us apart. I'm telling you. Okay, interestingly, by the way, hapana, si ndio? So unajua vizuri sijakuja hapa kukugombeza, si ndio? Good. Now that you know that, listen up. I will share with you what I know to be like real life stuff. Here are some scenarios which will help someone really understand that for real this will end. Number one, if you're in Form 4, let us start with the Form 4. If you're in Form 4, your boyfriend has finished school. Did you? If he was smart, he went to university. If he was not smart, tutapiga hiyo swali yake pia kidogo. But if you let us start with option 1. He is smart. He goes to university. So, this guy story ni hapa ama ni yangu? Tukasukudie. Now, this guy has gone to university. Ameenda KU, ameenda UON, ameenda Egerton, ameenda Maseno, ama ameingia Pwani. You know, when he goes to university, he will meet people. He will meet people. And he will have something he has not had for a long time. That thing is called freedom. That thing is called freedom. Kama boyfriend wako alienda university, sijui nikwambie ama you will find out. Huko ameenda huko na ni kama amekutana na type yake. And so whatever is going on here, wewe unaongojea funge ndio umtext. This thing you have going on, it will. As a student, maybe you. Scenario 2. You look like a smart lady. You look smart. You look sharp. So let us assume you go to university. You will go to university and you will meet people. You will meet people. Utakutana na kijana mwingine pale UON ama Kabara ama Strathmore. Wao wako na pesa, si mingi sana eti wako na kiburi na si kidogo sana. No, wako na pesa. Yaani, iko tu sawa, anaenda gym like mara 2-3, sio ile mingi sana. So mwili iko sawa. Tunaelewana japo. Na si stingy kama yule wako sahihi. So anakupeleka date hapa na pale, anakununulia flower kidogo hapa na pale. Hadi hapo tunaelewana? Utakaa chini hadi unajiuliza, kwani niliona nini kwa ule Brayo? And then you and your current boyfriend, it will end. Or the last option, before I forget. If you guys keep wasting each other's time, because the first thing some of us think about the moment we get home is, I have to text so and so. Kitabu ya chemistry huwezi kaa nayo for 20 minutes, lakini chati unachata hadi saa 9. You will keep wasting each other's time. You will be in class and you are not thinking about chemistry or biology that is being taught. And then you will not achieve your dreams. And maybe he will also not achieve his dreams. Mtarudi huko mtakutana huko nje. And then you will understand why someone sang, kila mtu atauchukua. Because now that you guys wasted so much time when you should have been studying, results imekuja na mjapenda, now everyone will have to pambana na maisha yake. You understand? It will end. My problem is not whether or not it ends, because I know for a fact it will end. Yeah. In fact, if you have older friends who are married, because I told you, we are having a brother and sister conversation right now. So, if you have an older friend, whether it's your teacher or your parent or an uncle, well, muulize siku moja if they married or were married to their high school boyfriend or girlfriend. The answer is no. Chances are high, the answer is no. Because it will end. Now, let me wrap it up with this segment. Now, the serious concern is, when it finally ends, how will you be left as an individual? Hello? It will end, na ni wewe ulikuwa una top class, saizi hata top 10 huko. Why? Because your attention was somewhere else. Some of us, we were getting A minuses, we were getting B pluses when we got here. But then now that you've been messing around with someone out there, finally you sit for KCSE, unajipata uko na ma C minus or a D plus. Why? Because the relationship will mess you up. In fact, others are not so lucky. Because the relationship will end, na wewe unaachwa hapo with an illness. Alright? You know, they say the madman in the village is funny to watch unless he's your relative. All these conversations are usually funny hadi kufanyikie wewe. So here's the thing. Some people will find out, so many people find out later in life that yes, the relationship inaisha na wewe umeweka hapo na magonjwa, it is not something funny at all. And again, as some of us will also find out that the relationship will end, but wewe umeachwa hapo with a child you cannot take care of. Just because it has not happened to you does not mean it doesn't happen. So at the end of the day, I know for a fact it will end. But the question is, when it ends, what type of a lady will you be? And one last thing from me, I know for a fact, afadhali uachane kuliko uache. So, that relationship that is giving you sleepless nights, it will ruin you. Afadhali uiache kuliko uache. Right? This is the last word we are sharing in capital letters. Write it down in capital letters. K U L A. The next one, P A U S E. What does it read? Fanya nini? Najua wewe umewatch movie. Kama una watch movie alafu unasikia kwenda washroom, unazima TV. Unafanya nini? Unaweka pause. Kuna mtu hapa ameambiwa story ya relationship over and over and over again, hajawahi acha. Kama unataka kuacha, fanya nini? Utamaliza shule, utatoka huko nje, utakuwa na mavijana. Hiyo social media, sikwambia usiwahi tumia social media in your entire life. Nakwambia as a student right now, when you are going home, social media fanya nini? Because utamaliza shule itakuwa. Sleeping in class fanya nini? Negative attitude? Negative friends? Boyfriend? Telling stories? All the distractions in your life unafaa kufanya nini? Now maybe all rise up because we are wrapping it up. Maybe all rise up with an affirmation. Affirmation is something you tell yourself every day to deter morale, to decide up, to motivate yourself. So I have one for myself. I will give it to you. Sawa? Are you ready? I will leave you because ni masaa ya sapa, sio? Tunaenda kukula, sio? So mnaenda kuongeza energy. I will lead you to use your voice to the fullest. Make this something special. Sawa? Are you ready? Hapa katikati tuwasikii. Are you ready? Affirmation ni yangu, so iko na jina yangu. So ukisikia jina yangu, wewe unasema jina yako. Breathe in, out, in, out. I am Tom Charles. Get the volume one more time. I am Tom Charles. And I am a success. On land I am the lion. In the waters I am the shark. In the skies I am the eagle. And to my family, I am their pride and hope. I'm blessed. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I'm strong. I'm smart. I'm focused. I'm disciplined. I'm courageous. I'm persistent. I'm consistent. I'm successful. I'm outgoing. I'm inspiring. I'm beautiful. And today, I will do my best and let God do the rest. So help me God. Amen. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Good evening once again. I take this opportunity to thank our facilitator for what he has taught us, and I know that everybody has enjoyed. Yes. And I know that from today you are going to choose good friends, you are going to get off with relationships. Yes. Okay, now, what do we tell our facilitator? Okay, I would like us to appreciate him by Kalabanda. Okay. Kalabanda. Señorita. Okay.
Pray, and then we conclude with the prayer.
Okay, I will pray.
Haya, nimeona mmepea mgeni wetu Mr. Tom Charles. Nataka kuambia kwamba hata ambao umejifunza itawapeleka mbali sana. Thank you so much for coming. Hapa issue ni issue ya maji. Mlikuwa mnatakaje? Endeleni tu. Mwende mtote maji, mchukue maji kwanza. Hata mimi nimekuja kwa nafsi hivyo hivyo vile mlikuwa mnataka. Mwende mchukue maji, hadi mchukue zote uko na maji yako. Mpeleke kule Doma, mwende mfanye exam success ni exam. Hapa nikaona hapa nimejazia hakuna failure yoyote. Lakini je, watoto wangu niko na swali. Mbona mwanitesa hivi lakini? Mbona niko na simu mbili? Hii mpya
Na ile ingine yewa iko na nyimbo. Simu yangu tangu weekend challenge mpaka sasa hivi simu yangu ilipotelea hapa. Mimi nilikuwa naomba hivi wanangu. Mnilegesheni simu yangu iko na nyimbo zangu zote ndani. Yaani mliamechukua hiyo simu amenidisorientate kabisa. Nataka tu El Shaddai, the most sufficient God, we thank you. You have been good to us as a school, Lord, since the term began until today, Lord. Thank you for the sessions you have had today, Lord, the examinations, Lord, we are happy. You granted us the grace to do them well, Lord, without anybody, Lord, stealing. Thank you also for the servant of God who has come to minister and help us in counseling in the home church. Thank you, Madam Mercy, for organizing, Lord, for such great events. Because when we get cancer, it is very good for us to succeed in life.